What is going on, everyone? It's Bobo Mac here for Crisis in the Toyverse. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. But on today's edition of the show, we are slowly starting to get through my San Diego Comic-Con 2018 orders that have arrived. First up on the chopping block, we got the Mezco 112 exclusive, summer exclusive if you will, Batman Beyond action figure. Now I'll be honest with you guys, Batman Beyond may not be my favorite Batman, but after playing around with this guy, I actually really enjoy it a lot. I think it's a very cool figure, and it's not horribly overpriced on the secondary market, but I'll talk about that more in the end. Those are just my initial thoughts for you. So, on the front, as you can see, you got the Mezco sticker. We got Batman Beyond here in this nice red and black packaging that harkens back, if you will, to the animated line back in the day. Of course, on the side, we see that. On the back, we got some great Batman artwork, which is cool. So, enough about the box. Let's go ahead and get this Batman unboxed and look at him a lot more in depth. So here is Batman Beyond unboxed. This guy's really stunning. I have to say, he's got a sheen to him, and I don't know how well the camera's picking that all up, but it looks really cool in person. So there is that. So here's the deal. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Batman Beyond fan, but I do dig Batman, and it's nice to have this guy in my collection. I think a lot of people may not appreciate this design, but here's my 2 cents. I really like the texture look to this guy. It's got that futuristic vibe, but at the same time, it still retains a lot of the elements that made Batman Beyond, well, Batman Beyond. The head sculpt looks really cool. I like the tech look to it. It's got all the different intricate parts in the head itself. That looks really, really nice. The eyes are done really well. The logo is really crisp. This metallic red that they have on it, it really pops on the figure. Granted, I know there's a whole bunch of black going on, but it does look really good. As far as the belt goes, a belt looks pretty much how it looks in the box art and stuff, so Mezco has definitely captured that look. The gauntlets are really good too. They are really, really sharp, so be careful. I don't know how well they're going to hold up if he ever takes a shelf dive or anything, but they look good, and that's always an important aspect when collecting toys. See what you see on the screen here. Look at the texture of that. It's a sparkly texture, and then they got these vinyl parts on here. I think it's vinyl. It might be just like pleather or whatnot, but it's all throughout the figure, and all of that looks just really crisp and solid. And then Mezco decided to add their own twist. They created this tech backpack, if you will. I don't remember how it works in the cartoon. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Batman Beyond expert, but all you do is, once we get to the accessories, actually I'll talk about that more, but that's where the wings will come out. You'll clip them in and whatnot, but that came out really nice too. As you can see, you got intricate designs on it and whatnot. It's a solid release. It's definitely not bad. It's got good posability, and it looks really cool. So let's just go ahead and break down articulation while I have him here. Now, in terms of the head, old Terry here can look up that much. He can look down just on the head, and you get some side-to-side action and that Exorcist 360 thing going on. Now, he does have the neck, and as you can see, that's made out of plastic, so that works really cool too. And it's got the intricate design on it. But the neck can go down that far. You bring the head in, voila. You take the head back. That's going to work out great for flying poses. I wish it would go back a little more, but if I set them up like this, it still accomplishes the job. And if you bend the ab crunch like so, you can definitely get them in a flying pose, which is nice. In terms of the upper body, we have a diaphragm joint. It does go side to side like so. And you can turn it that much, and then you can turn it that much that way. I don't know if I'd push it any further than that, because once again, these pleather, leathery vinyl pieces, you don't want those to tear or rip. He can go back a good amount, like so, and then you can bring it in that far. So there's that for you. Let's zoom that back out. He does have a waist, obviously, but it can rotate. And you don't really get any side to side. It does rotate, though. In terms of the arms, they go up really good. They go down, and that much that way, and then bring it back in, bring it back up X amount. You do have a bicep cut, double jointed elbows, and you got the ball peg there, and the swivel action, which allows all of the movement you'll need for old Terry here. Now, in terms of the legs, you can bring it out about that far. I'm sure you could probably do a little more, but I'm not pushing it to the max here, folks. He can kick up that much. He can go back about that far. You do have the thigh cut built in like so. Double jointed knees. And of course we have our ball peg came out. Well, it's not a ball peg, just so you guys know. It can rock a good amount, and it can go up a good amount. You do get some gappage back here, and you can bring it back a fair amount too. And you do have peg holes on the bottom. I mean, look at the texturing on that shoe. That's cool. Digging that. You do have peg holes on the bottom, and not only for the stand, but for some of the other accessories. Let's go ahead and break down all the accessories real quick, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here we are at accessories, and of course Batman Beyond's packed with some pretty cool stuff. Now on the screen, as I talk about each accessory, you guys will see a little window pop up, just seeing the accessory in a little better light, in action, if you will, on the action figure. Now, of course, first off, we have two gripping hands, and I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, because I got that sausage fingers. So we have a two-tone texture of black here, a more matte black, and then we have this sculpted glossy black. And these are great because they can hold the Batarang. And I'm sure somebody's going to yell at me, "Oh, you put that in the wrong way." Well, you know what, pal? This is how I put it on. Speaking of the Batarang, you do get three. And they hold in there just fine. Great detail. It's a different style of Batarang, more futuristic, obviously. But that's got some great detail as well. And then we get a set of open hands that are clawing hands, if you will. These have the same black texture to it as well, with the matte and the gloss, and they got some great detail there on each finger. And of course they just peg in. And then we have the booster effect, two of them to be exact, for the bottom of the feet. I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to be getting with Iron Man 2, just probably painted a little differently. These work really well, and they peg into old Terry no problem. I'll just show you that on the screen right now. I'll just do it with one. And they hold in place, nothing to worry about. And then our next set of accessory is the awesome wings. Now these actually came out really good. You can see the great detail on it, and of course pointy at the end. They are made of a lighter plastic, so word to the wise, just be careful with it. You don't want to break it, because that would be a bad day indeed. So all you need to do to put that on, remember the backpack on the back here? Mezco actually gives you an instruction booklet that I didn't include here. So gently, what I do is I take each side and it pops off, and then you plug it in like a Glade plug-in, and if we get the camera to work with me, voila! He's got his wings, folks! Every time a Joker thug gets beat up, Terry gets his wings. Very, very cool. Of course, we have the alternate head here, which is a more, I don't want to say menacing, but he kind of has a cynical look to him. But that's done really well, and it's got all the same tech type design on it as well. And then we got our flight stand and our clip-in piece. Of course, the Mezco 112 bag and this really cool flight stand, which plugs in and out and has the Bat logo on it, representing Batman Beyond. So guys, that's going to pretty much cover accessories. Let's wrap it up with a quick size roundup, and we'll wrap this video up. Alright folks, we are here at our size comparison. In the middle, of course, we got Batman Beyond. To our left, we have the PX exclusive Dark Knight Returns Batman. And on the other side, we have the Ascending Knight Batman with a custom painted belt. Obviously, all three of these really work well with one another. The cool thing is you got size difference. The Dark Knight Batman obviously stands a little taller and he's a lot bulkier. And then we have the Ascending Knight, which is still a bit taller, a little more bulkier. And in the middle, we got poor Terry here, who has not been eating his spinach, but he still looks really great. Definitely digging the different aesthetic looks of each Batman Mezco's produced. It's a lot of fun to have many different Batmans on one shelf. So here's the bottom line. Should you pick this up? I'm going to say yes, only because I think it's a cool figure. And I really like the look. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Batman Beyond fan, but I really appreciate the Mezco spin on the suit. I love the head sculpts. I love the accessories. The wings are really cool. Just be careful with those. And it really is a cool figure. So do yourself a favor. Pick it up if you can. It's fairly priced for being a exclusive Mezco-wise. So you shouldn't have too hard of a time picking it up on the aftermarket. With that being said, though, guys, I want to thank you very much for stopping by and seeing what's going on over here and watching this review. I do appreciate it, so thank you very much. While you're at it, if you get some free time, head over to undercovercapes.com for all things geekery in the podcast verse. And once you're done over there, throw in your Google machine extreme-sets.com, and then jump onto Instagram and go give a follow at Toy Lover Crew for all things toy photography related. Guys, slideshow at the end. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and until next time, great googly boogly.